Welcome to Real STL News. Today we have before us a author, activist who came up in the city of East St. Louis,
Brooklyn, Illinois.
Brooklyn, Illinois. In fact, I just learned that Brooklyn was one of the first incorporated cities in the country.
Yes.
I didn't know that until recently, but that's something to be proud of. But definitely, let me start off by introducing you. The brother's name is Yahkhahnahn Ammi.
So my name is Perry Daniel Gibson, and I write under the pseudonym Yahkhahnahn Ammi.
Okay, so he has a history of contributions to the community. So we definitely want to lift him as he traveled this road, man, that we don't see all the time. A road that started out a little shaky and eventually straightened up, and now he's elevated himself to a point that we all can be proud of. So he's written 2 books. Am I correct? Three books. He's on his 3rd book. Man, that is something, man. But y'all gotta reach out and get this book. Let me highlight the books. We have 2 of them right here: Live or Die Tryin and Real STL. So he's going to tell us a little bit about both of these books, man, and with hopes of you going out and getting one of these books. I'm sure he's going to tell you exactly where to go get it as well.
Yeah,
so here we are, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, bro.
Yo, what's up, St. Louis? What's up, world? How y'all doing? Man, Amir, first of all, I want to say thank you for this great opportunity. Thank you for this interview, Real STL St. Louis News. I really appreciate what you're doing. So you need to be highlighted. But a little bit about me. I'm activist. I was, involved in the Ferguson unrest and various other protests, in St. Louis and Illinois and things of that nature. Just standing up for justice. I've always been an advocate, fighting and speaking out against injustices. A little bit about me. I grew up in Brooklyn, Illinois until I was about 6 years old. Lived in St. Clair County area. Had some educational challenges. I was dyslexic. I couldn't read. I couldn't write. I was later thrown into special education, where I stayed in special education until I was in my sophomore year, where I decided to drop out of high school. I was 14 years old when I dropped out of high school, and because of my poor choices and decisions that I made in life, I ended up getting sentenced to 16 years in prison for a crime that I didn't commit. But because of those choices that I made, and because of those set of friends that I called my friends and chose to hang around, I ended up doing some time for a crime that I didn't do. When I got out of prison, I continued to pursue my dreams. That was getting an education. Unfortunately, I did not receive a high school diploma until I was in my adulthood. So I wanted to accomplish something that I had set out to do long before, but didn't have the opportunity to do behind closed doors. I'm a father, I'm a family man. I love life, I love my community, and I just love giving back. I mean, that's the short end of it, Amir.
Oh, wow. That's quite an interesting story, and not so unique in a sense that there are a lot of people that your experience is going to be able to help navigate through similar surroundings.
Well, I certainly hope so, because I'm part of this organization called Read, Speak, and Grow Rich. It's actually it's an organization that really gives back to our youth. It promotes literacy awareness and violence prevention. And under that umbrella of Read, Speak, and Grow Rich, I'm in the school systems, I'm in the daycares, I'm at Boys and Girls Clubs speaking to youth, and I see kids on the streets and I'm speaking to them, giving them my testimony, my story, my past, what I've been through, in hopes to prevent them from going through the same struggles and problems that I had to experience, being locked up as a black man, because we know that we're under attack. Our youth are under attack. So I wanted to I want to continuously be a voice for those youth and an ear to those youth that are struggling.
Oh wow! So let's talk about the book, "Live or Die Trying." What caused you to write a book with a title like that?
You know, Amir, I just life. I was going through some hard times. This was when I was a youth, getting incarcerated. You know, growing up in prison, living that life, and just some of the challenges that I experienced and things that I saw in prison. I knew I had to write my story if I was to ever get out of prison. And so when I did get released from prison, I ended up writing about some of the things that I went through, some of the things that I saw, some of the things that I, you know, experienced and witnessed. So that's in the book. I talk about some of the hardships of being a black man in America coming out of prison with a felony on his back, and having difficulties finding jobs, job disparities, housing disparities because of your past, right? Because of the mistakes that I made in my life as a youth. And then I also discuss some of the hardships after being incarcerated, with false accusations, betrayals, things of that nature, and how I really hit rock bottom and how I nearly just gave up on life altogether. And so that's in this book as well, which is really my journey of freedom, forgiveness, and healing. And it's really, it's also like an encouragement for anyone that's ever been through any types of hardships and they've ready to give up on life and they've just hit rock bottom and they feel like they've been knocked down and knocked out and they don't know what to do. This book is for you.
Wow. So you talk about the experience of prison and being there a long time and eventually coming home to a lot that has changed.
Oh my God, everything changed.
Everything changed,
Yeah.
right? So you run into hurdles of needing a place to live, needing food on the table, and so forth, and with the identified hurdles that you just spoke about, I would think that that would be quite complicated for those who don't have a support system, or a system that doesn't have a support system for those who are coming home after being away so long. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Oh man,
just tell us what that experience.
Amir, I tell you, thank you. Great question. Thank you for asking. Because when I got home, October 31st, 2003, there was no such thing as a reentry program. I wasn't familiar with Urban League. I wasn't familiar with some of the other programs that they have today. They have father support and these other programs that are in existence today. None of it existed back then when I got home. So I didn't have that support. I didn't have that the support for reentry, counselors or therapists or people to provide resources for me, because where I'm from, I came back to the area in which I left, Brooklyn, as a child, and they didn't have any of those sort of resources. Even in the East St. Louis area. So I had to come to St. Louis, Missouri to find some of those resources. But again, it was challenging trying to find a job, trying to hold down a job, trying to receive some type of counseling, some type of therapy. I was 14 when I left this world. I was 24 when I got back. I just gave me some of the book information. But yeah, so I was 14. So life had changed. Everyone had moved on. And I came out still as this 14-year-old kid, expecting something, expecting the world to owe me something. I had a chip on my shoulders, right? And so life had really changed and moved on without me, and I had to learn that from my own lived experiences. It was challenging, but I made it.
Oh, wow.
And I thank Job Corps, because Job Corps actually gave me a second chance. I actually went to Job Corps and completed the programming there. So Job Corps, for those of you that are thinking that Job Corps is not is for you, it can absolutely be for you, and it has a lot of resources as well. So I thank Job Corps and the other organizations that I did come encounter with years later.
Wow, sounds like there's a real need for people to understand how people end up back in prison as a result of just simply trying to survive once released. I believe that I'm correct in saying that everybody that leave that environment promises themselves. They make a promise to themselves that they're not coming back. But unfortunately, a lot of people end up back in that situation as in and
I mean,
but definitely said so much that is very important to a lot of people, and I appreciate it. Wow. Visit, come back and tell us a little bit more about your book and your future um, um, endeavors.
absolutely. This is book 3. All right, so I decided to release book 3 of Live or Die Trying. There's 3 books out. There's Live or Die Trying book 1, Unbreakable Spirit. There's Live or Die Trying book 2, and Un-American Dream. You got to get your hands on that. And then there's book 3, Live or Die Trying: My Journey to Freedom, Forgiveness, and Healing. And these books can be picked up at Dunaway Books in St. Louis, Missouri. It can be picked up also at Vintage Vinyl, locally, 6 St. Louis public libraries, St. Louis City Public Library, St. Louis County Public Library, as well as U City Public Library. Shouts out to all the libraries, even Cahokia Public Library in Cahokia, Illinois. So shouts out to the librarians, for the libraries for picking up these books, purchasing these books, carrying these books, and having them available for you guys. Again, I'm Dr. Gibson, and you guys can follow me on social media at Perry Daniel Gibson, Peorie Daniel Gibson, Gibson, on Instagram, or Dr. Kingya, Drkingya. Check out the website, liveordietryin.com. It'll be up and running, and hopefully in a few days, but it's coming real soon. So Live or Die Tryin, Tryin, not G, don't put a G on it, Tryin.com, liveordietryin.com. I want to thank you for what you're doing, Amir, in this beautiful city and around the world. Thank you for your audience, for listening to me, and I'm available for speaking engagements and working with any youth. I work with youth ages 24 and under, and I can be reached at area code 872-216-6106. Thank you all so much for your time. Be blessed, and see you next time.
Okay, y'all heard it right here, man. This might come as a surprise, but we might even see a movie on this. Real STL News, Amir, y'all heard it right here. Y'all stay tuned and go get that book.
That's it.
Out.